Hi there, Grace Judson here, and I am coming to you today to talk to you about why an employee might be asking the same question over and over and over again. I recently got a lovely note from someone on LinkedIn thanking me for an article I wrote on my blog some time ago, actually, about this question of asking the same question over and over again, and why does it happen? He said, and I quote, that article was like a lifeline to him. So that led me to think, maybe I should do a video on it. Some of his family had apparently been driving him crazy, asking the same questions over and over, and no, it wasn't a toddler. It was adult relatives. So why do we do this? And yes, I will link to that article in the video description down below. I'm Grace Judson. As I said, I have studied people, communication, and leadership for literally my entire life. You can look at my website's About page if you want to see why that's true. Helping people manage and lead means, among other things, helping them understand how to communicate better, which includes being able to answer questions. And sometimes those questions, this is the thing with repetitive questions, yes, sometimes people do it just to be annoying or playing a silly prank. I'm not a fan of pranks, but sometimes the real reason they do it is because there is something about the situation that's bothering them. There is a deeper question that they are not asking, possibly because it's too vulnerable, and maybe because it's so vulnerable that they're not even completely clear on what it is themselves. But there's something bugging them, and they hope or need you to resolve it. So what can you do? Let's dive in. First, you have to step back from your annoyance and what probably feels like their obtuseness and unwillingness to just get it. I mean, you've explained it to them multiple times, probably in a couple of different ways, and they are still asking. And yes, that is maddening. Breathe. Remind yourself that there is something else going on. Next, consider what you already know about them and try poking for a little more information. Let's take a completely random example. Let's say it's a colleague, one of your peers at work, and they have asked for what feels like the umpty-umpth time whether you're taking vacation in August. And yes, I know we're in the middle of a pandemic and no one's actually going on vacation. So maybe they're asking if you're taking a staycation in August. In any event, you've told them 10 times now that you don't know yet. And here they come again, about to ask the same question. Instead of snapping at them, I still don't know, try repeating, vacation in August? I know that sounds a little weird, especially since it's the 10th time they've asked, but try it. They will inevitably give you more information at that point. They might say, yes, are you going in August or September? Because I want to go in August, and you know they won't let us both go at once, and I need to make plans. Now you have more information, and you can give them a better answer that will satisfy the question they are really asking. Here's another way to approach it. Going back to the, are you taking vacation in August question, you could say, wow, it sounds like you're really worried about my vacation time. That's another approach that can also get you closer to the heart of what they're really asking. Now, when you say these things, you need to then be quiet and give them some space to elaborate on the question so that you can get to what it is they really want to know. Okay, these are pretty easy. These are kind of obvious, but the point is that you don't need to give them an answer right off. Instead, you mirror back a couple of relevant words from their question, and you put a question mark on the end of it, so your voice goes up a little bit. It's an uptick that makes what you say a question as well. And when you do this, and then, like I said, they will always tell you more. It is magical. But this won't always give you the information you need to answer their real question. Sometimes you have to really think about the situation and about who they are. I posted a link, like I said, to the article that was helpful to my LinkedIn fan down there in the video description. It explains a more complex and real-world situation, something that actually happened where a colleague's client was asking the same technology question over and over, and no matter how many times my colleague explained the answer, he just kept coming back. The details are in the article. The short answer is he was looking for reassurance that she, my colleague, knew what she was doing and was going to be able to support him and his business. Did she know enough to do that? And when she was able to answer that deeper question, he stopped asking and the whole thing started to move forward again. As long as you're reasonably sure that you are answering the original question in a way that if it was the only question or the real question being asked, it would solve the problem, then when the other person keeps asking, you just need to do some digging. What is really going on? What insecurity are they asking you to respond to? So there you have it. Let me know in the comments what questions you are being asked over and over again, and I'll see if I can help you dig out what the underlying question is that they're actually asking, or give you some suggestions on how to find out what it is. As always, don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell so you'll know when I release a new video. I used to do it on a schedule. Now I do it when I have something that I really want to talk about. And hopefully that actually makes them more helpful for you. So there you have it. I'm Grace Judson, Leadership Geek, here to answer your questions on management and leadership. Take care.